Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the first of the semi-finals. This is going to be a fantastic one as we have, once again, the returning Kings, Team Dank Memes, versus League of Hunters, who played very well in their first game of the day. That was game 2. And we'll see if this team fighting team can take on Dank Memes. We'll rehash one more time very quickly. Game 1, the names were switched incorrectly per the teams, so that is why Dank Memes is able to make it to the semifinals, whereas League of Hunters will be facing up against them.
Yeah, so Dank Memes, now that we've had one match to kind of showcase the strengths of each team, we're wondering if there are going to be more targeted bans. It does look like Dank Memes has focus ban. That Talia, which from League of Hunters was instrumental in them winning. The roams to the side lanes were incredible. Also the Evelynn focus banned away. The Ashe might come in third because it went very strongly. But once again, I have a question mark next to that one as I was taking notes because it wasn't clear to me whether Ashe got herself an advantage or she just got wound up with kills because Talia and Evelynn were coming to her lane all the time. But seriously, the Talia and the Evelynn bans, so key, and also taking away the Nami. This is calculated destruction from Dank Memes already. They've done their research, they've done their homework, and they figured it out that the strongest duo in the bottom lane was Nami Ashe. For the side of League of Hunters, the Talia has been banned away and the Evelynn. So almost their entire team, except for the Yasuo who went 1 and 9 in lane, has been banned away. And Flowers of Ito is going to pick that one up again. He doesn't think he's going to be facing up against the likes of Darius again, as that was the first one banned away. He's like, I still got PTSD from game 1, guys.
Jungler locked in the Rengar. We talked all of the shenanigans early on before game 1 even got started. Rengar being able to face roll the keyboard, post 6 if he's ahead, and win, 1v1. We'll see what he can do this game around going that assassin. As I think that Dank Memes did their homework. League of Hunters fans were kind of more focused on just champions they thought generally were strong, whereas Dank Memes once again pick up the Jhin. Their bottom lane felt confident, felt strong, and they grabbed the Irelia as well. This is pretty exciting to see how she does in those team fights.
Irelia is is another one of those lane bullies who does really well in the Yasuo. Flowers of Ito once again picking up that Yas top lane, but it's going to be Irelia. You do have mobility as Yasuo and you can dodge the tentacle slaps, but the problem is that if you dive in on Irelia and she ults you, in a 1v1, you're not surviving that. You might get away, but you're not going to win it.
Right.
So I still don't like first picking the Yasuo, not knowing who you're facing up again. But it might be Kennen top. Once again, Yasuo is a possible flex pick. Could be top, could be mid. Kennen is more likely going to be a top lane pick. It's going to be Galio taken away. Almost every single pick from League of Hunters has been banned away, except for the Yasuo, as I mentioned before, and the Ashe, which is now taken away again. Dank Memes did their homework. They took away
systematically knocking them out.
Every single strong pick from the side of League of Hunters from game 1 has been taken away, and there might be another focus ban onto their mid laner or to their top, and it's the Talon taken away. So this seems very targeted toward League of Hunters.
And one of the things with League of Hunters is they did this kind of mid and top swappable picks last time as well. They ran the Talia Yasuo that potentially could have switched which roles they were on, and so this time around as well. Kennen Yasuo, a little bit difficult depending on who they're against. They give themselves flexibility of switching their top and mid lane, so we'll see how that goes down as they are going to grab the Varus this time around. It was Dank Memes that had it in the... No. It was who they were against in game 1, picked up the Varus, and did not do well into Dank Memes. They were able to stem the tide, they were able to find him out again and again, take him out, and they're back on the Ahri as well. So far, Dank Memes only really changes that XinZhao and Irelia, and still look like they have a killer composition.
Yeah, and the thing is, Varus was just received, in this patch, he received a buff where he lost 75 base health. He said the idea was because he is a poke champion, he should be more easily punished when people get close. I tend to agree because I hate Varus as a champion. So Jhin, a lane bully. Nami, a lane bully. They're going to have problems. The thing I don't like about this the Morgana pickup is Morgana does one of two things. She either hits her binding and is amazing, or misses her binding and is worthless. Or she walks into the enemy team, pops ult, and dies.
We'll see which Morgana it is this time around. There's no front line tankiness for League of Hunters. They are all about the engage and the team fight. Kennen ult, Morgana ult, comboed with the Varus, as well as a Yasuo Rengar trying to get to that back line. They need to have that pressure 100% on, otherwise they're going to falter to the team fight Alawi, as well as those picking champions of the Ahri, Nami, and Jhin. Let's go ahead and roll to the players again for the semifinals game 1. Team Dank Memes grabs that Findale 16-25 for the Alawi in the top lane. Fallen Hero with the Jhin 80 carry on the bottom side. Virtual with Nami supporting him. Nyumei taking the Ahri in the mid lane, and SnowFox on the XinZhao in the jungle.
Yep, and for League of Hunters, we're going to have Flowers of Edo on Yasuo once again in the top lane. 11037 on Rengar in the jungle.
Those are eyes.
TCOAIR on Kennen in the top lane. We've got, or mid lane, more likely. Insane Butterz on Varus in the bottom lane ADC role, and Pika Chica on Morgana, rounding it out in the supportive role.
All right, so one of the things that they could have done for the League of Hunters is assume that Dank Memes is going to pick these champions and try to counter pick additionally themselves. So if you were to take Kennen into Ahri, decent matchup or...
Once again, it depends on the players, but I would give that matchup to Ahri. Better sustain, longer range auto attacks, better poke. Even mobility, because there's more access to mobility from Kennen. His lightning rush is on a shorter cooldown, but stronger mobility on Ahri. Definitely more assassination potential, because her ult can either counter his ult by getting out of it, and then she can wait it out and then re-engage with her ult. She has more kill potential, so I give that matchup to Ahri in the mid lane. I almost think Yasuo should be the one to go up against Ahri. And put the Alawi against the Kennen, because I think Alawi into Yasuo is definitely a winning matchup in favor of Alawi.
The Ahri, or Yasuo into Ahri, especially because of that wind wall. Being able to drop that, and pretty much everything that Ahri has is that ranged attack. All of her spells, all of her auto attacks, etc. Whereas for Alawi, yeah, she's got the tentacle slap, but that's still not even ranged, is it?
Sort of.
So Yasuo Windwall versus Ahri will be a stronger counter, and Kennen, because Alawi is that more melee champion in the top lane, Kennen can just harass with auto attacks from a distance, and then Spirit Rush away if he ever gets grabbed to get out of that Test of Might.
Indeed.
Test of Might.
Yeah.
Test of Spirit. One of those eventually.
Yes.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, so Morgana, as I said moments before, she doesn't offer a lot in the supportive role. Nami is definitely the superior pick here. Of course, it was taken away. Virtue stealing that one away from her opponent, which was really an excellent pickup. Once again, do your homework, guys. And now on op.gg, all of these games, you can find your opponent's champions, and you can do exactly what Dank Memes did here. Take away the power picks, ban the ones you don't play, and pick the ones you do. So that Dank Memes already setting themselves up for success. Once again, it always comes down to play, but you always want to give yourself an advantage if you can.
All right, so I'm thinking a QSS on that Jhin would do some pretty good wonders, especially against a Morgana, Varus, in the bottom lane. Kennen stuns being able to come out as well, so having that QSS will be really nice to get out of any CC. Do you see anything else, item potential-wise, that you would need to pick up from these two teams?
From these two teams, the QSS is a good point. There's a lot of single targets pick CC, maybe some armor, as you're seeing a lot of attack damage. Varus, Rengar, Yasuo, while Kennen is AP, and he, depending on how fed he is, depends on how much resist you need to build against him. Really no tanks in this one. Every single game we've had so far has been tanks versus engage. But let's get into Game 5.
Absolutely. Team Dank Memes versus League of Hunters semifinals Game 1. We'll see which one of these teams is going to be moving on to the finals
And we
as
have a
we
pause.
get into a pause. All right, so I'm not sure what the pause is about. We can switch over to our stats and see where these champions are moving to correct positions. Looks like that pause was just to let everyone know that they can pause, as we're going to be right back into the game. There we go.
Yeah. Anyway, restarting after that riveting pause, we are going to continue right with what we were saying before. So
It's easy Yasuo top and Kennen mid, though they could be trading right now, but Kennen is still headed towards that mid lane. So it looks like Yasuo does want to try to take out that Alawi. How do you feel about that Kennen into Ahri?
I feel like Kennen's in a losing matchup because Ahri has so much sustain over him, and her auto attack outranges his. Her wave clear outdoes his. I mean, she just has a better matchup in the mid lane specifically. In the top lane, in a long lane where he can abuse a melee champion. Now, Kennen is sleeper OP right now, so don't get me wrong and say that he can't win. But Ahri definitely has a distinct champion advantage in this particular matchup, especially when Kennen's like, I'm going to lightning rush at you, and Ahri's like, I'm going to charm you in the face. And then you die.
And then you die. Rengar will be starting his red buff, so a little difference there in the jungle as XinZhao wants to start his own red. We'll see if they decide to try to fight around either of their blues or do some fancy invades. Otherwise, they'll just go for two larger wave clears. And yeah, again, Dank memes won the League of Legends tournament 3 years ago. They won 2 years ago. They fell just short last year, taking second place. And we'll see if they can make it to first place once again after a fairly confident game one. And see what they do this time around. Red buff start for Rengar allows the bottom side of League of Hunters to actually get a really good push off early, take a couple of those minions. So Fallen Hero with that fourth shot goes for the Morgana. Nami healing him up, getting a little bit harassed as well.
I love Fallen Hero playing forward here. He sees the Morgana starting that W, going for the level 2.
Yeah.
That means he can harass as much as he wants. There's no CC to come through, and he has the healing support. He
There's
has
no
the
fear
advantage
binding
here and should be taking advantage of every single fourth shot. Jhin's my favorite champion, so I'll be commenting on the bot lane a good deal.
All right, I like the position of that Tentacle and Alawi as well. Look at that, she's getting those extra slaps down, just harassing the Yasuo a little bit by little bit. He's going to go in, though, find a knock him. He's got really good damage, even though starting that Doran's shield. Looks like Rengar's around the corner as well. We'll see if he decides to engage as the snare is going to miss on insane Butterz. He's got some insane stepping to the side as he avoids a Nami bubble as well. Rengar walking away. This time, Flowers of Edo may go in. He's got the Alawi extremely low. She's healing up with the Corrupting Potion. And the flash from Yasuo to get out of those tentacle slaps. Repositioning. He may find himself in a little bit more of a health deduction as he did start that Doran's shield, but has drank all of his pots already. So it started out pretty good for Flowers of Edo. Isn't looking so hot now, as the Alawi's just going to heal right back up already to half.
Yeah, Alawi already has the corrupting potion. She has a biscuit to her name, so she's going to be all the way back to full. Whereas Yasuo is going to have problems in this lane. Flowers of Edo going to be staying below half, whereas Alawi should be able to heal that out fairly easily.
Because Alawi started Klepto, so she's going to be grabbing lots of potions as well as those rejuvenation biscuits. She's going to have tons of sustain in that top lane, be able to hang out for potentially far longer than Yasuo. So it really is on Yasuo's side to try to get an all-in, whether by himself or with the jungler, and push her out, shove her, burst her, kill her, whatever you can do. Otherwise, she's just going to win in long-term sustain.
Insane Butterz stepping way forward, and Pikachu is now out of mana. They no longer have to respect the possibility of the Morgana snare coming through in the bottom lane. While Rengar is hovering that side, there is no follow-up CC. So even though you look like you're a little bit lower, they can step forward because it's effectively a 1v2. Only Insane Butterz has damage, whereas Pikachu does not. She can't cast spells anymore.
Yeah, Pikachu was trying, or no, Pitchy Cake. I don't know. Pitchy Cake was trying to use the W, the Tormented Soil, to be able to get use out of her support item. They just find the binding onto the Nami, who flashes away as TCOAIR comes in as well. They got a lot of damage onto Fallen Hero. Nami gonna heal back up the teleport, and from Alawi, she may be engaging on the same Butterz, just grabs the Tesla Sphere. So they're gonna be able to do a pretty good chunk of damage. He gets out before they knock it down to empty. and the tentacle slaps will start to come in, but being a range AD carry, he's not too concerned about that, as Alawi now has to back away. But the pressure in the top lane is her enjoyment, because now Yasuo is just going to be farming, trying to get those minions back to the turret.
Yeah, he's going to try and shove it in. He probably is going to manage to do that before Alawi gets back to the top lane. However, he is still down in CS, so even if he does deny her a whole wave, that's only going to bring it to even. So all in all, an excellent TP from Alawi. Even though she didn't get anything, she prevented the bot lane from going in on an all-in under the tower and potentially getting a snowball going into that lane. So well played in the top lane by Alawi.
And this is also something to watch to TCOAIR. Yeah, TCOAIR. Because when he was on the Taliyah, he roamed to the bottom lane a lot. There's actually a lot from League of Hunters mid laner who wants to be playing towards that bot side, try to do what he can to help them out, which is giving his jungler time to hit that level 6. So it's something, if they win this game, to watch in the finals as well. Expect some of those roams to come out of the mid laner, because he's making good effect for it, as it forced the Nami to flash on that bottom side.
Yeah, missing the cannon minion feels bad. Oh, almost the W. That insane Butterz very low to be playing that far forward.
He is literally just walking circles around all the CC from Dank.
Fallen Hero should be forcing this fight. Like, if they go in right now, it's a clear kill. What are you
Nami
doing?
wants to do it. She's got the slow and save. Butterz exhausted. Flash with the first shot. First blood to Jhin. Fallen Hero picks it up. He's sped forward towards the Morgana as well. She's got no mana. He only finds a little bit of hope. Ahri coming around from this side. Nyumei maybe looking for the assassin. She does have 6 and Ignite, but decides not to dive underneath the turret, because one Morgana binding, keeping her underneath the turret, could turn that fight around and give Ahri a death.
Yeah,
so she decides to
Morgana
back
was
away.
out of mana in that circumstance, so definitely the possibility of killing her simply outright, but rather would hold on to that ultimate just in case it's more useful in the later stages of the game. Meanwhile, Kennen takes the opportunity cost, shoves in the wave, and denies Ahri some CS, so her roam bot is properly punished. Well played by Kennen. Meanwhile, in the bot side, you've got Jhin with a small CS advantage now over his lane opponent, and in 47 to 43, not really a big deal, but he's going to go back. Since he has 1 kill, and he's probably going to get some items up on his opponent, which is the bigger deal. The biggest question is, does he have the BF sword?
No.
Meanwhile, we've got
Tentacle Slap's going to miss, as far as Ito finds a little bit of a tornado knockup onto Findale before backing away. The Alawi is still ahead in farm, shoving this wave in, but Yasuo's starting to hold his own a little bit. Just needs to play carefully and not get caught in those tentacle slaps that drop him down underneath that half health mark. Using potions, he has that rejuvenation pot to be able to heal him back up. A refillable pot, so he will be healing every time that he gets more of those. And he has teleport, so he could, if he feels he's unsafe, fill that back up and then teleport back to lane.
Yeah, so interesting use of the ultimate by Alawi. She was never really trying to kill Yasuo there. Instead, using that ultimate to clear the wave and force Yasuo under the tower, then going back and managing to getting himself an advantageous back, and then returning to lane before Yasuo can shove in the wave, getting himself a further gold lead.
All right.
So well played.
Out of all those minions, Jhin misses 2 to turn around and get a nice snare onto the Varus. Is it going to be enough to really turn around and save Butterz? He's gone! Oh, Virtue picks up the kill. Fallen here needs to be a little bit careful. He's under 200 health, but the Nami ultimate is going to miss, so Morgana able to walk away. Re-engaging on that might have been a little bit scary.
Drake being soloed out by XinZhao now, and that is going to be a Cloud Drake picked up in the early game. Probably the least useful Drake, even though it does give you in-combat movement speed, which is pretty
nice. Rush from Kennen, turns around as the ult from Ahri. This is actually really good for the Rengar, as 037 gonna find this slow. I think she has one more use of that ultimate. She flashes actually, so she doesn't have it, as the Rengar is going to fall. Ahri's extremely low. Kennen gets the last auto to take him down. XinZhao gonna trade it up as Nami steals the second one. Alright, carry Nami in the game, 2-0-1, as Team Dank memes put their faith in bottom lane a second time round, and so far it's paying off.
Yeah, Rengar with the huge misplay there, coming in with the ultimate and clicked on a minion. Jumped to the minion instead of to Nami. Feels bad, man. Wow. Okay, so Virtue and Fallen Hero down in the bot lane. Insane
Wait,
Butter.
so it's time to build AP Nami. Let's go.
That is a terrible idea, sir. Now, do not encourage supports to go AP. It's a dumb idea.
Oh, it's so fun. Oh, nice sides of Fallen Hero
Play
to
forward.
avoid the Dark Bending or Dark Binding, as Pitchy Cake will be back once again. 72 farm equal between these two 80 carries. Varus, a little bit of damage. There's the ultimate though from Jhin. Not positive. All right, 1, 2, 3. Fourth shot comes through, knocking Insane Butterz down. So kind of a harassment, which you do on a Caitlyn, but you'd think it would be better to wait for the jungler to come down, but perhaps they're communicating with the jungler, and he says, I won't be down for a while, so go ahead and do that to get him off of your turret.
Yeah, definitely potentially strong. Jhin now having... Why does he have a pickaxe in his inventory? What on earth is
Infinity
he
Edge first item.
Infinity Edge doesn't build. Well, I suppose it does now. They changed it a second time, but...
They can't stop touching that item.
No, they can't.
SnowFox going to find
caught out.
Ramos. He's going to be dropped a little bit low, trying to get out. I think Ramos is actually the group name, as it is 037. That's just the clan that he's a part of. SnowFox finds him again. I'm not sure what he was doing. Walked into the brush, turned around, tried to find the blast cone, but XinZhao just chases him down, picks up a 5th kill for Team Dank Memes, and they're still looking like a very strong team in contention for finals.
Yeah, Dank Memes definitely could potentially win their 3rd DragonCon in a row. Flowers of Edo getting harassed down by Findale one more time. This Yasuo not proving to be the strongest pick in the top lane. Insane Butterz forced back. Fallen Hero. Wow, the damage
not quite going to
through.
go. Nami goes in, finds the ultimate, knocks the Morgana, but she is using her own chains. Will lock up both members of the bottom lane for Dank Memes. There's a teleport coming in as well. Nami falls. The teleport completes from Kennen. He's trying to get Fallen Hero down, forces the flash as well. Can he get the stun down? Decides not to go in with the ultimate, as Jhin has already burned the flash underneath the turret and will back out. But a good response from the Morgana to step forward with the ultimate, allowing Kennen to teleport in.
Yeah, so, but Ahri does move top and is likely going to give first tower gold over to the side of Dank Memes. The priority that Findale had in that top lane, they need to watch bot and be careful not to back off. Alawi backed off for a second, but it is going to be first tower gold to Dank Memes.
Caught it just in time.
Yep. So, Nami coming back, and there's not really any way they're going to stop this.
Rengar here as well.
In the jungle.
Oh, Virtue in trouble.
The
Gonna
juke.
try to run away. Jhin is here as well. They find the bubble onto the Rengar, forcing him to back up as well. TCOAIR taking some pretty good damage. Varus is extremely low. Jhin starts the ultimate. The curtain call has been started. That's the second shot, taking out the Varus. 1/3, and a 4th shot could take out Kennen, but it's going to miss. SnowFox starts the ultimate to back away as Rengar leaps and picking that one up, and they're snaring him down, and the Rengar falls. Morgana now the one as the teleport in from Findale. Going to try to get the Tentacle Slam down. Ocean Drake spawning in 2 minutes, and nothing there for them to pick up. The chase is continued, but it looks like League of Hunters will be able to escape.
Yeah, but what else can they get? I'm expecting a rotation toward the mid lane, though unfortunately it doesn't look like they're going to do that. Mid lane certainly could be the best point to take down right now, as everyone has had to recall from the side of League of Hunters. The strong picks definitely coming through from the side of Dank Memes. Their comfort on these champions is showing, and it looks like there was a rotation toward the mid lane. Findale coming through, managing to knock down part of that tower. Meanwhile, Virtue and Fallen Hero pushing in on the bot lane, using that red buff and blue buff perfectly.
SnowFox earlier picked up the Rift Herald, now spawned it. I love it when teams do this. Because the mid lane turret was so low, they spawn the Rift Herald, then take the mid lane turret down, which means it's a full health Shelly smash into the second tier turret, dropping it to half very early on. So good use of that to get a large amount. Nyumei may be in trouble, assassinated. The second ult used from Ahri. She just goes twice and then uses the third one to escape as Pitchy Cake is coming in from the side. Nicely done on the rotation from the Ahri. Catches out the Varus, and he's going to drop.
Yeah, definitely. And Varus knew she was there. He was already charging the Q to try and get that kill down, but you don't kill. Oh, hold on, the flash forward.
All right, Kennen trying to go in, gets 2 people stunned up. Nyumei off to the side, can't find a kill just yet. Lowy chasing in onto Yasuo on the top side. Looks like the fight's going to get disengaged on the bottom side. Yasuo goes in. Nope, just takes a little bit of damage as SnowFox, the last
In
goes
the
himself
wrong place.
into 2, finds Rengar as well as Morgana. They don't care. Rengar, especially because he can just hop on your face inside the brush, takes out the XinZhao. So a couple kills back to League of Hunters, but Dank memes still solidly in the lead with 1,000 gold.
Yeah, that was not necessarily the most wise thing to do if you happen to be the XinZhao there. Jumping into 2 people who are at full health while you have no vision in that brush, not advised.
Alright, Alawi going the Black Cleaver as the first item. TCOAIR coming in as well. They could try for a gang, but Flowers of Ito's extremely low. Needs to be very careful. He's getting surrounded by tentacles. That's a scary position to be in. Findale being able to get the Test of Spirit, maybe going down. The ult not available, so will not be able to find a kill on either one. Had she had ult, may have been able to beat them in a 2v1, but as it is, will fall. First death of the game. Goes right back to the base.
And Fallen Hero by himself by Ramos. Hold on, he does have Snare.
Oh, we've seen this so many times. Can he root up the heal from Nami? Is this the outplay? She gets the bubble. The exhaust is down. Oh, 37. That's run right. The Snare is there. So close. The curtain call just a hair late. Nami gets her 3rd kill of the game. Jhin does go down. Oh, Virtue. On a not quite killing spree.
Had he not popped the ultimate and just gone for the 2nd auto attack after the Q refresh, he would have killed him mid-air after the Snare.
Yep.
Just a small point, but it's the smallest hairs that define these games in the semifinals. Well played by Nami, though. That bubble really turned the fight completely on its head. Rengar really should have gotten that kill.
Nyumei snared up despite using the ultimate. They're going to chase in 3 people getting knocked out by the Nami ultimate, as well as Yasuo. The XinZhao trying to get people down. It is a trade 1-for-1. Varus has fallen, but so has the mid laner from Dank memes. 2 more traded over back and forth, but the Yasuo is here. He's slicing and dicing through. He wants to find the tornado. Last breath on the XinZhao will take him out. Jhin is here showing up. Can the duo for Dank memes stem the tide that is currently a 3-for-2 trade?
They could win this fight if he plays cleanly.
Looks like League of Hunters is not going to give them that opportunity, and they're going to back away. But a good engage by Dank memes gets turned around through the Morgana Black Shield. Rengar now turning on to the Ocean Drake, which is the 2nd Drake of the game. The first, if League of Hunters is able to pick it up. No Virtue. Oh my. We'll see. Oh, that was absolutely close.
Yeah, I might have freaked out if it was if
wasn't
Nami
a smite.
had stolen that with a bubble. That would have been great.
It looked really good, but Smite's a little bit stronger than a bubble, I suppose. As Flowers of Ito gonna clear up some wards. So Drake for Drake traded between the 2. League of Hunters is not out of the woods yet. They're still pretty good. They're even up on gold. They've got a 3-1 Kennen in the mid lane, a 3-1 Morgana, a 3-4 Rengar, who's got a decent amount of damage, though he still has yet to complete his first solid item. And Yasuo, finishing the Phantom of Temp, has his first item of the game. We'll see if he can use that to impact somewhere else on the map, as the mid lane turret is under siege by League of Hunters. Ahri goes forward. They find the charm, but not quite good enough, as the Ignite goes down onto Flowers of Ito.
Yeah, so actually they are out of the woods, Jake. They were just fighting.
Sorry. Yeah, I meant to say that they have fought their way out of the woods, not that they're not out of the woods yet, because they're doing pretty well.
Yep.
3-7 getting jumped on by the Alawi. She wants the team fight. Jin's not quite going to find him. Snare.
Yeah, you don't want to fight this team in the jungle, though. The Kennen ultimate, the Morgana ultimate, all very good in close quarters. This is not what you want to do, but Alawi does also have her ultimate, so it's kind of an even wash if the Kennen ultimate is down. Also, you have Yas ultimate, which kind of tilts the thing in the favor of... Hold on.
Curtain calls by Jhin. The Yasuo Spirit has been pulled past the wind wall. It will drop his get to 4th shot onto Varus, dropping him low. More Black Shield by Morgana, trying to hold him in place for the moment, as the rest of the members, 5, are still here. Rengar's to the back line, though. He's behind them, waiting to jump in, assassinating, but Dank is holding really tightly as a group 5.
Yeah, if he pops ultimate right now, I don't think he gets anything done, Jake. They're currently pressing it onto that mid lane, but they're tempting fate with these engages.
Oh, Windwall again, tries to stop Alawi Spirit.
Turret
They
balls?
do get the turret. Tornado, gonna knock up Alive for a moment, but she's playing a very nice tank, and taking that sustained route means that she can absorb a lot of that damage. And so, Dank memes through an extended siege take out the second turret in the mid lane, giving them 3 total over the 1 of League of Hunters. Ahri goes in though, looking for Morgana, finds the charm. She flashes away, so will survive as they all turn off to the side for Rengar. XinZhao to the side coming in, looking for Insane Butter. Pops the ultimate as well. There's the Nami ultimate going through everybody. They've taken out Kennen as well. They're extremely low, but the Alawi ultimate is just chomped right through. Can the Yasuo make the outplay of ever? And it looks like it's still going to be 2 for 4. Morgana the only one left alive on League of Hunters, and the fight has been won by Dank Memes.
Yeah, Dank Memes definitely taking the advantage in that fight, and they do have the ability to continue to press in onto this inhibitor turret. They have SnowFox up and Nyumei. There's no way that the Morgana by herself can defend this.
And it was really good. You can see the difference between the 2 junglers. Rengar went around and was literally behind Dank Memes, but couldn't jump in and do anything. Whereas the side of League of Hunters, they were so spread apart, it was enough for XinZhao to get in onto the Varus
they need to get
and
out
start
now.
wrecking havoc. They've taken out the mid lane inhibitor turret, but will back away before taking the inhibitor as the rest of the members of League of Hunters will respawn.
Yeah, no ultimates open, except for of course, the Rengar ultimate is still available, but there's nobody low enough to make that worthwhile. If he jumps in, he probably just dies. Anyway, well-played fight from Dank Memes. Really, you don't hear people shoutcasting and freaking out about the support very often, but Nami carried that fight. As soon as Kennen flash ulted in, the Nami ultimate came down, followed by the bubble. He couldn't follow up his combo with anything. It was just the ult, and it pretty much fizzled. It only killed 1 person, and that is not enough to carry an entire fight when your team is this far down.
Alright, the members of League of Hunters collecting around the Baron. They're going to take the Scuttle Crab, which is really good as it gives you that solid vision. They haven't checked the back of the pit, though. They were able to clear a bunch of the vision from Dank Memes, so things are fairly black. As we can't check the vision because Rengar goes over the wall, finds the XinZhao, keeping him busy. In the meantime, Findale is fighting for his life, 1v3. The Kennen coming around to the side, finds SnowFox. Alawi's already been dropped. This could be the fight League of Hunters needs. SnowFox flashes the wall. He's extremely low, under 300 health, continuing to burn down. TCOAIR chasing in. 037 can't get vision on him for jumping over the wall, though, as TCOAIR just sidesteps him. Should be able to take out XinZhao. Alright, I thought there was maybe an outplay available here as Nami uses the ultimate. They aren't turning on to Baron, but instead pushing down the top lane turret. Redemption coming in as well. There is the curtain call. It charmed the Rengar as well. Burst extremely low. He uses the 4th shot and it just slides between the Yasuo and the Morgana. So they aren't going to get any more besides the Rengar. But League of Hunters losing the jungle means they can't go to the Baron, where before they were basically a 5v3.
They can press forward on this. Insane Butterz is very low. Nyumei, full health. Flowers of Edo is not very powerful right now. They can push them completely back into their jungle if they want to. Jhin should be with his team, though.
League of Hunters 5v3 with the jungler down. Don't go for Baron, but push bottom lane against the Jhin Nami.
Yeah, not the wisest decision. They should have turned onto the Baron once the jungler had fallen. They elect not to, and they are punished for their poor macro decisions. Now that means that Dank Memes is probably going to get priority onto this Drake. The teams are running down. It's just an ocean, so I don't expect a terrible amount of priority on this. Flowers of Edo moving off, and it looks like TCOAIR is going to be caught out, but he lightning rushes away, and nothing's going to come of it.
Nice mobility from that Kennen, keeps him out of danger's way. There are pings from Dank Memes, so they will turn onto the ocean, which will tie those oceans up between the two. Very good sustain as well for the Alawi, who loves to heal up. Kennen off to the side, Nami ult used just to dissuade them. As Ahri goes in, she wants him unengaged, gets the charm onto the Kennen, drops him low, looking for the fight. TCOAIR in trouble, maybe being taken down. Insane Butterz low as well. Kennen is burning, but hasn't been finished off just yet. Now they're moving on.
Fight lines are separated.
Inside the jungle, Alawi finds three and her ultimate. Tentacle slamming down. Yasuo's been dropped to half, but he's been able to get out of the fight so far. And so, Dank Memes pushes League of Hunters back, but can't find any kills just yet.
Well done by Ramos. He actually manages to push the entire team back with the threat of his ultimate. To be honest, they should have continued forward and just turned on him whenever he jumped in, but just the threat of that ultimate was enough. TP
Teleport
coming in.
from Kennen to the back line. We'll see if he's able to do anything with this. As Rengar comes in from the side, he doesn't have his ultimate available to go air with the lightning rush. We'll see what goes down. As the engage is good. She's got 2 people from the back line. The entire team of Dank Memes is wiped. Besides the XinZhao, who's now
Quadra kill.
Quadra kill to the Kennen. The teleport from Yasuo to the top side to save the turn as well. League of Hunters massively turn that fight around.
TCOAIR with the crazy outplay. 4-man ultimate and manages to get into the middle of everyone. That's an MVP play right there. Turning it around for his team. That's going to be the Baron unless you get a miracle steal from Yasuo.
Now, XinZhao is alive, and he does have Smite, so he could try to come in. There's no Blast Cone on the backside of the Baron pit. He is going to be walking in this direction, but TCOAIR is going to see him. Baron's now dropping down too low. There's a teleport in from Alawi. They may be trying to fight this down. If she can come in, her ultimate's available as well. The Baron's not burned down just yet. It's still at half. Alawi's coming in. XinZhao is here. He's knocked up though, so he will not be in part of this fight. Alawi ult only lands on 2. The Baron will be going down. League of Hunters is here. Nami ult. Is it going to be enough? No, it will not. The smite from Rengar is good, but Ahri wants to chase this in. Takes out Rengar. So a trade of 1. That's 1 for 2 as they've lost their top laner and jungle. Insane Butterz 1v1 over to the carry on the Nami. Let's go. All right, decides to back away.
Yeah, that Nami was really bloodthirsty there. She's like, I'm a fish, and I'm going to kill you, you stupid archer. Yeah,
17 kills to 20. League of Hunters coming back from being 2,000 to 3,000 gold down are now 2,000 gold in the lead after an amazing play by that Kennen. The Dank memes is in potential opportunity for them to not make it to the finals. It will be the first time in 4 years they haven't made it to the finals.
Yeah, the thing is, and I really want to comment on Jhin's build right now. It's terrible. Because the thing is, after Infinity Edge got changed, it's almost not worth buying anymore. It's seriously awful. The 10% at true damage only affects tanks, and really not that much. If you crunch the numbers, the tanks have to have an obscene amount of health and armor in order for it to be more effective than the previous incarnation of Infinity Edge, and you almost never get that, and there are no tanks on the opposite side. So really, the thing is that rushing its second item, you almost, like, I don't even build it on Jhin anymore. You want to go Storm Razor, followed by Rapid Fire Cannon, and then I usually go Bloodthirster or Death Stance, depending. Get a lifesteal item. It's still the same amount of damage. Hold on.
Gonna find Morgana. Test of Spirit by Alawi's gonna pull her in. The rest of the team is moving forward from League of Hunters. Ahri off to the side, trying to find a position for assassinating that back line. Morgana able to get out of the Test of Spirit. She's got about half health. Yeah, oh, the Kennen comes in. He's got everyone stunned up. The entire team of Dank Memes is one. Rengar jumps over the wall, takes out XinZhao as well. The only member left alive is the Ahri. She's the only one to live, and she cannot stop League of Hunters. Dank Memes, with Baron on the side of League of Hunters, may be shut out of finals.
League of Hunters, rather should I say TCOAIR, with not 1 but 2 incredible plays.
Ahri trying to do what she can, but will be taken out.
The team on his back. TCOAIR flashing in the first time, using the Proto Belt to get the advantageous position and the teleport, and the second time using the flash right into the middle of 5 members, popping the ultimate and getting the victory almost single-handed.
Alright, so the inhibitor will go down, but League of Hunters, not feeling quite that confident, decide to back away as the death timers have ended for Dank Memes. They all died at the same time, they'll all respawn at the same time besides that Ahri. Rengar. Okay, that was cute. That was cute, Rengar. I won't lie. 17 kills to 25, 7,000 gold in the lead. League of Hunters have made a massive comeback. It was only about 2,000 gold, but still, comeback nonetheless, and are in a really good position to win this game.
Yeah, League of Hunters completely turned this around, and that's not really much of a way for the enemy team to get back into it. Dank Memes is... They're in a rough spot because they don't have the scaling on their side. It's kind of Kennen ults, and they have to find some way to deal with it. Otherwise, they're really not going to be able to survive the team fights. Fallen Hero, with the build he has right now, is not going to have the burst damage to deal with Kennen. At 13-2, this man is going to obliterate people, as we saw in the last team fight. Wow. So, Ramos jumping in, Fallen Hero under the turret, snares him up and flashes the outplay by the Jhin.
Beautiful play. The
Fallen
great flash.
Hero with the crazy outplay.
Now he's going to start the curtain call. Insane Butterz trying to walk away from that one. It's going to hit that curve on the flash forward from two members. They've got the Kennen in position. The force shot from Jhin gets the shutdown. And now XinZhao chasing it on Insane Butterz forces his flash as well. So the Varus will be walking away. It's 5 members down here. They could turn onto the Ocean Drake. That's what's being pinged up. But the chase in from Nami as well as Alawi. They get a little bit of damage. Just the ebb and flow. Can they land the bubble? The nice black shield from Morgana keeps them from getting caught. And Insane Butterz able to walk away. Ocean Drake being started by the XinZhao. So they will start it and should be able to pick it up as Yasuo is just pushing the top side.
Yeah, Yasuo separated from his team, and they managed to section off and shut down the Kennen. The amount of gold that Fallen Hero just got from that shutdown, it's like close to 1,000 gold. Straight up, that's half an item.
Yeah, that is a straight 1,000 gold to himself. So he may be able, there he goes, from his rapid fire, the 3rd item. And again, late game Jhin is a powerhouse. He can half health to sometimes full health hit people with that 4th shot. Findale may find herself between 2 people. Wind Wall and Angry Kitty. Confidently goes in though, getting a little bit of damage onto 037. Away SnowFox. If the jungle is caught out, this would be really bad for Dank memes. He's still on the run. Jhin is going to miss his snare. So League of Hunters has a lot of members on this bottom side, but the Drake is already down, so not much for them to get. And this is giving time for Dank memes to continue to wave clear and stop those super minions from pushing in. So they're still down 5,000 gold, but not out of it yet.
Yeah, the thing is that if you take down an inhibitor, it's an advantage. You manage to get these strong minions, and you essentially have another split pusher that's always going to shove the wave into your opponent. The problem is if they survive it, they're getting all of the income from those minions, whereas you're not getting any of it. So that's actually a way for your opponent to come back into the game. Findale missing the Test of Spirit.
Ahri goes in, uses the ultimate. Wind Wall immediately started by the Yasuo. Varus is extremely low. Nami ultimate going to knock up no one because a nice black shield is going to keep Yasuo from getting knocked out. We're off to the side. They allow it going in. 2 shots from the Jhin, trying to find the last one. Will get a little bit of crit shot onto Rengar, just dropping people low. Varus is completely off to the side, can't engage. He's only sitting at that 400 health, and there's no healers on the side of League of Hunters, so he has to wait for that Ocean Drake to heal him up. And it forces League of Hunters back a second time. They've tried to get that bottom lane, 2nd tier turret, and a 2nd time to push back.
Yeah, really good play by Dank memes. They're managing to keep the team at arm's length. They've learned their lesson. If they let TCOAIR get another one of those engages, the game is over. So they're poking and they're using disengages. Every time Virtue sees TCOAIR move forward with that lightning rush, he's throwing the ultimate, completely disengaging the fight, because if TCOAIR goes in by himself, unless he gets a 4-man ultimate, he's just going to explode.
And here's the thing, the carries being knocked down very, very low, like that Varus to 300 health, means that League of Hunters don't feel confident enough to keep moving forward. There were super minions pushing the base. 2 games today, we've seen super minions do almost all of the work in the base, as Virtue may be going down. SnowFox is the ultimate, trying to knock people back, but won't be enough. So the support has been cleaned up. The teleport in from Alawi, but it's now a 4v5. They're going to get good damage down on Yasuo, knock him to half. The snare up from Jhin. Can they take him down? He puts on the wind wall. Jhin walking around to the side. Gets a first kill. Oh my gosh, that damage. Jhin takes Yasuo out, and then continue to engage from the Alawi. Gets hit 2 people with the ultimate before falling herself, but the damage is good onto Morgana. SnowFox is dropping completely. Varus is doing what he can. Kennen's got the 2 in his ultimate, and that's going to be League of Hunters getting an ace a 2nd time. And now with 3 members pushing down mid, they can get the inhibitor again. They don't have the Baron for the push. It's 30 seconds on almost everybody besides the Nami, unless Nami can make a miracle play and hold them at the Nexus turret. Imagine if they had kept the pressure on the bottom side, keeping Dank memes from backing. The super minions could have taken turrets, but Virtue is going to have the time of her life, trying to hold on to the towers, using the ultimate, slowing down 037. He's taking turret shots. He may fall. Redemption getting him extremely low as well, but it won't be enough. Virtue will fall, and Varus auto-attacking the Nexus down. Dank memes is out, and League of Hunters move on into the finals. The League of Legends 2018 tournament.
I thought Nami was going to do it and kill the Rengar. I'll be honest, I was rooting for that one. But well played by League of Hunters. Despite having all of their picks taken away, they proved themselves the superior team, and they managed to pull out the win. all off of the back of TCOAIR. Those two beautiful ultimates just completely taking. This tournament is the game of mids because
oh my gosh,
wow, we had Vel'Koz last game, Kennen this game, both just taking over the game. Wow.
16-3 and 7 to TCOAIR smashing through. If you are making it into the finals, keep an eye on this Kennen. Let's go ahead and switch over to advanced details. I do have a secondary post-game screen. No, I don't. Never mind. So you're not going to be able to see too much. We can see the numbers. 34,000 on that Kennen. And 24,600 on the Ahri for the side of Dank Memes. But Dank Memes will not be making it into the finals for the first time in 4 years. The Kings have been shut down. League of Hunters will be taking their spot. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back for the second semifinals to see who takes on League of Hunters. Don't go anywhere.